Hello students. In today's session, we shall be continuing ahead with problems on compound angles. Towards that, we have the first question to be proved. Prove that sine of a plus b divided by cos a into cos b equal to tan a plus tan b. To prove this, we will consider the LHS of the identity to be proved, where in the numerator we have sine of a plus b, and the same shall be written down using the compound angle formula. Sine of a plus b comes as sine a into cos b plus cos a into sine b, retaining the denominator as it is, cos a multiplied with cos b. Now in the next step, we shall go for term-wise division. What is the meaning of term-wise division? We take first term divided by the denominator plus second term divided by the denominator. So that sin A into cos B divided by cos A into cos B. We have a plus sign in between. Second term in the numerator, cos A into sin B divided by cos A into cos B. Further, the first expression here will have cos B common to both numerator and denominator, and they get eliminated. So cos B divided by cos B changes to 1. Likewise, in the second expression, we have cos A common to both numerator and denominator, and hence they get eliminated. And you have in the first fraction sin A divided by cos A plus second term will be left as sin B divided by cos B. Sin A divided by cos A will be equal to tan A. Sin B divided by cos B can be taken as equal to tan B. And so we have the RHS of the identity. Let us take a different question now. Prove that tan A multiplied with tan 3A multiplied with tan 4A as equal to tan 4A minus tan 3A minus tan A. Now we can observe here, in the given identity to be proved, LHS we are having product of 3 terms, and in the RHS the operation transforms to difference of the same 3 terms, isn't it? Tan A into tan 3A into tan 4A has come as tan 4A minus tan 3A minus tan A. The operation is transformed here. For these kind of questions, we will have to write down the greatest angle in terms of the two smaller angles. Greatest angle of the 3 here, A, 3A and 4A comes as 4A. Now 4A will have to be rewritten in terms of A and 3A. And how is that possible? So solution to the above question, we consider the angle 4A, which is split as 3A plus A. We will split 4A equal to 3A plus A, and let us consider the tangent ratio of LHS and RHS. So now I take tan 4A, which is equal to tan RHS. You get it as 3A 3a plus a, which is reduced to the form tan a plus b. And recall the compound angle formula for tan a plus b, which comes as tan a plus tan b divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b. And here in the RHS we are having for the angle A as 3a and for the angle B as angle A. So we just have placed the different values of A and B in the RHS. And now here in the next step we are going to cross multiply tan 4a into the entire expression in the denominator. Tan 4a into 1 we cross multiply to get tan 4a into 1, which will become tan 4a minus tan 4a into the product of the two terms. Tan 4a into the product tan 3a into tan a will come as tan 4a into tan 3a multiplied with tan a. Now this is going to be equal to the numerator tan 3a plus tan a. There is a very simple operation which is taken here. It is only the cross multiplication. Now in the next step, we are going to shift tan 4a from LHS to the RHS. Tan 4a into tan 3a into tan a will be shifted from the LHS to the RHS. Tan 3a plus tan a will be transposed to the LHS. So what do we get now with that? Tan 4a remains as it is. We are transposing tan 3a to the LHS. So I have minus tan 3a plus tan a. Again you are shifting to the LHS. It comes with a negative factor minus tan a, which will be now equal to the entire product minus tan 4a into tan 3a into tan a is transposed to the RHS. So you get plus tan 4a multiplied with tan 3a multiplied with tan a, which is the required result and hence proved. Here we are not taking LHS and proving it is equal to RHS and vice versa. Instead, the greater angle will have to be split in terms of the smaller two angles and the result is thus arrived at. So this has completed the question number 11. We shall now consider question number 12. Moving ahead, question number 12. We have again a different question. Show that summation sin of a minus b whole divided by cos a multiplied with cos b, which is equal to 0. This is a different question because in the previous set of 11 questions we have not come across this kind of a symbol, which is the summation symbol. So here we are dealing with this different question. Let us see how to arrive at the answer to the same. To get the answer to the present question here, we shall prove LHS as equal to the RHS. So we shall consider the LHS, which is summation sin of a minus b divided by cos a multiplied with cos b. And instead of going with the summation symbol in the initial step, we shall try to first simplify sin of a minus b divided by cos a into cos b. We shall simplify this particular expression and then we will be taking summation over the same term. So let us see how to get the solution. We consider sin of a minus b whole divided by cos a multiplied with cos b, and the numerator sin of a minus b is again a compound angle formula, which will be taken as sin a into cos b minus cos A into sin B, retaining the denominator cos A into cos B as it is. We are not changing the denominator. As earlier, here also we will try to split the terms. We will consider first term in the numerator divided by the denominator minus second term in the numerator divided by the same denominator. So as to get sin A into cos B whole divided by cos A into cos B. Next we have a minus sign, cos A into sin B divided by cos A multiplied by cos B. And here again in the first fraction cos B gets eliminated, which is a common factor to the fraction. And in the second term of the same expression we have cos A as a common factor which gets eliminated. So now we have sin A divided by cos A left in the first fraction. Sin A divided by cos A will be taken as tan A. We have a minus sign. Sin B divided by cos B, we will take it as tan B. And tan A minus tan B is only the simplified form of sin A minus B divided by cos A into cos B. So now we will consider the LHS, and in the LHS we are having summation sin of A minus B divided by cos A multiplied with cos B. We shall replace for the expression as tan A minus tan B. That means we get here summation which is running over tan A minus tan B. We shall try to expand the terms in this summation of the expression. Thereby we get tan A minus tan B plus tan B minus tan C plus tan C minus tan A. And here clearly we have plus tan A minus tan A getting cancelled with each other, minus tan B plus tan B again getting nullified, minus tan C plus tan C which is again getting cancelled. Thereby the expression will be equal to 0, which is nothing but the desired RHS. So these are a set of 12 questions as samples which we have taken related to this chapter, compound angles. We will now consider the continuation of the same chapter, wherein we will be learning various formulae related to multiple angles. So we have the continuation of the same chapter, multiple angles. Remember that the compound angle formulae, we just use them all without any proofs. Whereas multiple angles, we will be proving each and every formula using compound angle expressions. So recollect, for any given angle called A, angles in the form 2A, 3A, 4A, etc. will be considered as multiple angles. Now here in this particular topic, we are trying to find out what will be the trigonometric ratios of these kind of multiple angles. So let us see the formulae one by one with their respective proofs. We shall consider the first one, sin 2a. I have to find out the formula for sin 2a. Multiple angle 2a, trigonometric ratio comes as sin. Now to find the value of this sin 2a, I will have to make use of sin of a plus b compound angle formula. So we are using sin of a plus b as equal to sin a multiplied with cos b plus cos A multiplied with sin B. We have learnt about this in the previous session. Now here in this compound angle formula, we shall consider or we shall substitute angle B as equal to angle A. We will substitute B equal to A both in LHS and the RHS. So what do we get here in the LHS? With that, we have sine of A plus A changing to sine 2A, which will become sine A into cos A plus cos A into sin A. LHS we have sin 2A, RHS we have sin A into cos A plus cos A into sin A. The same term is added 2 times, thereby the value becomes 2 sin A multiplied with cos A. So we have the first multiple angle formula here for sin 2A, which is given by 2 sin A multiplied with cos A. Similarly, if I have to arrive at the expression for the second multiple angle formula cos 2A, then I must be using a similar compound angle formula, which obviously is cos of A plus B. So now let us consider cos of A plus B. Cos of A plus B, let us recollect the formula. It is supposed to be given by cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. Here again we use a similar logic. We shall be replacing the second angle B equal to A. So we will substitute again angle B equal to A, which will get us cos of A plus A in the LHS, and in the RHS you will find cos A into cos A minus sin A into sin A. LHS cos A plus A will be rewritten as cos 2A, and in the RHS you multiply cos A 2 times. Cos A into cos A, it will come as cos squared A. Then we have a minus sign, sin A into sin A taken as sin squared A. So this gives you the second multiple angle formula for cos 2A. Cos 2A, which is given by cos squared A minus sin squared A. Now further, this could again be rewritten. Further we have cos 2A as equal to, I could retain this cos squared A as it is, and I shall rewrite the second term in the RHS, that is sin squared A, now in terms of cos squared A. And how are we going to do that? We have the first trigonometric identity, cos squared A plus sin squared A is equal to 1, which was learnt in first year class. Now from the same trigonometric identity, we could be writing sin squared A as equal to 1 minus cos squared A, isn't it? So now I will be using sin squared A as equal to 1 minus cos squared A in the above expression. So I have 1 minus cos squared A, which is replaced for sin squared A. So what do we have now here in the RHS? Cos squared A. Let us remove the brackets to simplify further. Minus 1, minus into minus, you get a plus sign there. Cos squared A. Cos squared A plus cos squared A. When you go for addition, it gives you 2 cos squared A minus 1 to be kept as it is. That's how you have the second formula for cos 2A as equal to 2 cos squared A minus 1. This comes as the second expression for cos 2A, second formula for cos 2A. We shall use this as equation number 1 because this equation number 1 has yielded the second formula for cos 2A. Similarly, the same equation, when I eliminate cos squared A from the RHS, it is going to yield us one more formula for cos 2A. So let us mark that as equation number 1 and continue further. Also, equation 1 becomes cos 2a, which is equal to, now previously we have eliminated sin squared a, isn't it? Now we shall be eliminating the cos squared a and rewrite the first term in terms of sin squared. And again, to do that, I will be using the first trigonometric identity as earlier. Sin squared a plus cos squared a is equal to 1. So cos squared a will become 1 minus sin squared a, which will be replaced here subsequently. So cos 2a will now come as equal to formula. Actual formula is cos squared a minus sin squared a. Cos squared a will be replaced as 1 minus sin squared a. This term we retain as it is. Minus sin squared a minus sin squared a, which is going to give us minus 2 sin squared a. And so we have the third formula for cos 2a as equal to 1 minus 2 sin squared a. This is the second multiple angle formula. We have the third multiple angle formula, which is taken for the tangent ratio. So again, to find the value of tan 2a, we will have to again consider tan a plus b compound angle formula. So we consider tan of a plus b, which is supposed to be equal to tan a plus tan b whole divided by 1 minus tan a multiplied by tan b. Again, as earlier, we shall be substituting angle b equal to angle a. So we substitute b equal to a in the entire equation, which will yield us tan a plus a in the LHS. RHS you will have tan a plus tan a whole divided by 1 minus tan a multiplied by tan a. So you have tan 2a, which is given by tan a plus tan a in the numerator becomes 2 tan a. Denominator will be 1 minus tan a into tan a. It will be tan squared a. So you have the third formula for tan 2a, which is given by 2 tan a divided by 1 minus tan squared a. The first three multiple angle formulae is for this multiple angle called 2a, sin 2a, cos 2a, tan 2a. Now let us see the trigonometric ratios of the multiple angle called 3a. So how does one derive the formula for sin 3a? To get the formula for sin 2a, we have used sin of a plus b and we replaced the angle b equal to angle a. Similarly, to find the expression for sin 3a, we will be splitting this angle 3a as 2a plus a. The angle 3a will be split as 2a plus a. And now the RHS is reduced to sin of a plus b form. So we shall expand the RHS using sin of a plus b compound angle formula. You could consider a equal to 2a, b equal to angle a, or vice versa. It is going to remain the same. So what is the expansion here in the RHS? I will apply sin of a plus b formula. So sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b. Here sin 2a is the first formula that we derived in today's session. Sin 2a can be replaced as 2 sin a multiplied with cos a. This cos a we will keep it as it is plus cos 2a, the second formula. But remember, for cos 2a, there are three different expressions that we derived. So which will be the most suitable one here to replace for cos 2a? It is a very common question that arises. what should be replaced for cos 2a to get the formula for sin 3a? So for that, I would suggest remember sin 3a in its formula will have all terms only in terms of sin ratio. There is no cos term involved in sin 3a formula. Likewise, in cos 3a formula, there is no sin ratio involved. So sin 3a will have its formula explicitly taken in terms of sin ratio. Likewise, cos 3a will have its formula explicitly written only in terms of cos ratio. And hence, for cos 2a, we will have to consider the expression which has only sin term involved in it. And which is the formula of cos 2a which is having only sin ratio involved in it? It is the last one that we derived. Cos 2a is equal to 1 minus 2 sin squared a. So that is the replacement for cos 2a here. Cos 2a will become now 1 minus 2 sin squared a. Last factor into sin a. We shall keep it as it is. We will have to simplify the expression here in the RHS. LHS sin 3a, it will remain as it is, and RHS will now change to 2 sin a into cos a into cos a, it will be equal to 2 sin a multiplied with cos squared a, the first term. And the second term here, you have to remove the brackets to simplify further. 1 minus 2 sin squared a into sin a. It will come as 1 into sin a minus 2 sin squared a into sin a. 1 into sin a, it will be sin a as it is. So you have plus sin a. Plus into minus has to change to a minus sign. So now I consider minus. There is a constant associated with it, which is 2. Sin squared a into sin a will now come as equal to sin cube a. And just see if every cos term has been eliminated or not. If yes, you will have to rearrange the terms and keep it. If not, you will have to replace that cos squared term. You have to go for the elimination again. And we see here there is one cos squared term as it is. So that needs to be eliminated further. So how to rewrite this, how to eliminate this cos squared term? Again by making use of the first trigonometric identity. So cos squared a will now be replaced as equal to 1 minus sin squared a. Retain the second term as it is, plus sin a. Third term also minus 2 sin cube a retained as it is. Again here we simplify by removing the brackets. First term into 1, 2 sin a multiplied with 1, you get 2 sin a minus 2 sin a into sin squared a, that brings us 2 sin cube a. The third sin a, keep it as it is. Fourth term minus 2 sin cube a also remains as it is. And what do we know here? We have certain similar terms, isn't it? 2 sin a plus sin a, that gets us 3 sin a. Minus 2 sin cube a minus 2 sin cube a can be considered as minus 4 times sin cube a. And so we have the formula of sin 3a, which is given by 3 sin a minus 4 sin cube a. As you can see here, the formula of sin 3a has every term in the RHS. Every term in the RHS here, it is only written in terms of sin ratio. Similarly, now we are going to derive the formula for cos 3a. So how does one derive the formula of cos 3a? A similar split of the angle will be taken. Cos 3a may be taken as cos of 2a plus a. You can also choose this as a plus 2a. A plus 2a or 2a plus a should not matter to us. Cos 2a plus a is now in the form cos of a plus b. Cos of a plus b, we shall be using the compound angle formula. Cos of a plus b will be given by cos a into cos B minus sin A into sin B. We have just expanded the term here in the RHS using cos of A plus B formula. And just like in the case of sin 3A formula, every term in the formula of cos 3A must be explicitly written only in terms of cosine expression, cosine ratio. That means sin 2A, sin A must get eliminated. But before that, you can see here 2A is a multiple angle. So cos 2A, sin 2A will have to be written down in terms of their respective formulae. So cos 2A will now be taken as equal to 2 cos squared A minus 1. The second factor cos A to be retained as it is minus sin 2A. Sin 2A there is only one formula. We will take it as 2 sin A into cos A multiplied with the last factor which is sin A. So now I have 2 cos squared A into cos A simplified as 2 cos cube A minus 1 into cos A remains to be cos A minus 2 cos A multiplied with sin A into sin A will become sin squared A. 2 cos squared A, cos cube A, keep it as it is, minus cos A minus 2 cos A multiplied with sin squared A needs to be rewritten in terms of cos squared using the first trigonometric identity as how we have done earlier cases. Sin squared A should get replaced as 1 minus cos squared A. Now simplify this. 2 times cos cube A minus cos A minus 2 cos A into 1 changes to minus 2 cos A minus into minus, you get a plus sign over there. 2 times cos A into cos squared A will get us cos cube A. Again we find certain similar terms here. Simplify them. 2 cos cube A plus 2 cos cube A gives us 4 cos cube A minus cos A minus 2 cos A becomes minus 3 cos A, and so this gives us the formula of cos 3A. Cos 3A will be now equal to 4 cos cube A minus 3 cos A. So with this we are left with the last ratio, that is tan, for the same multiple angle which is 3A. We will now be deriving the formula for tan 3A. Again, tan 3A, you will split it as tan A plus 2A or 2A plus A, which is going to give the same answer. RHS is now in the form tan of A plus B. So we shall use compound angle tan A plus B formula. Tan A plus B is given by tan A plus tan B whole divided by 1 minus tan A multiplied with tan B. Tan A we will retain as it is, whereas the second term in the numerator tan 2A, again we have a formula for the same multiple angle. We shall replace the second term. Tan 2A is 2 tan A divided by 1 minus tan squared A whole divided by 1 minus tan A retained as it is. Again tan 2A will be taken as 2 tan A whole divided by 1 minus tan squared A. Simplify both numerator and denominator here. We get 1 minus tan squared A in the denominator as LCM, so that I get tan A multiplied with 1 minus tan squared A. Here remember we have a plus sign. The second term will be 2 tan A whole divided by Again here in the denominator, we have 1 minus tan squared A, so that the numerator will be 1 into 1 minus tan squared A retained as it is minus 2 tan A into tan A, which becomes 2 tan squared A. 1 minus tan squared A common to the denominator gets eliminated. So that we have tan A into 1 minus tan squared A simplified as tan A minus tan cube A. The last term keep it as it is 2 tan A whole divided by, now in the denominator I have 1 minus tan squared A minus 2 tan squared A changing to minus 3 tan squared A. So now we get tan 3A hence is equal to tan A plus 2 tan A. Sum of the first and the last term is equal to 3 tan A minus tan cube A whole divided by 1 minus 3 tan squared A. And this gives us the multiple angle formula of tan 3A. Sin 2A, cos 2A, tan 2A, sin 3A, cos 3A, tan 3A will be very important for us. You need to remember the 6 set of formulae along with your derivations. Now we will take a remark. We shall use a remark here to learn few important concepts related to the same. I shall consider the first one. We have in the beginning of today's session learned that sin 2a is equal to 2 sin a multiplied with cos a. Now here if we observe the LHS and the RHS angles carefully, we note that the angle in the LHS is 2a, whereas the two angles in the RHS will be the same, both will have to be the same, and they are exactly half the angle present in the LHS. So this clearly suggests that sin 4a will be in the form coefficient of the trigonometric function 2 will have to be retained as it is multiplied with sine. Take the angle in the RHS as half the angle in the LHS. Half of angle 4a comes as equal to 2a. Whatever angle we have here with the sine ratio, the same angle will have to be taken along with cosine ratio. So sine 4a comes as 2 sine 2a multiplied with cos 2a. Similarly, we can be taking sine 6a formula. Sine 6a may be written as coefficient 2 will be retained as it is multiplied with sine half the angle of 6a. What is half the angle of 6a? It will come as 3a multiplied with cos of the same angle which is associated with the sine function. So it will come as equal to cos 3a. So proceeding further, one may easily give the answer for sine 8a, sine 10a and the higher integral multiples of angle a. This is the usage of the first multiple angle. Let us see the second one now. We have cos 2a formula. Cos 2a we have seen as equal to cos squared a minus sin squared a. It was also proved as equal to 1 minus 2 sin squared a. The same may be rewritten as 2 cos squared a minus 1. Cos 2a was also proved as equal to 2 cos squared a minus 1. The same is equal to 1 minus 2 sin squared a. Now, of the three formulae of cos 3a or 2a, the last one has a lot of deductions. So, let us consider cos 2a, which is equal to 2 cos squared a minus 1. The last formula is chosen now. Cos 2a, which is equal to 2 cos squared a minus 1. Now I shall be transposing minus 1 to the LHS, which gives me 1 plus cos 2a as equal to 2 cos squared a. This will be important for us. 1 plus cos 2a, we shall remember that as 2 cos squared a. Now let us see the usage of the second formula, cos 2a. Cos 2a is also taken as 1 minus 2 sin squared a. Now we will transpose this minus 2 sin squared a to the LHS, cos 2a to the RHS, so that we get 2 sin squared a as equal to 1 plus cos 2a. Sorry, 1 minus cos 2a. We have 2 sin squared a transposed to the LHS, so there is a plus sign in the LHS now, which is equal to 1. Cos 2a will be transposed to the RHS. You have minus 1 minus cos 2a. This again will be important for us when we have to deal with certain problems related to multiple angles. This is the second remark. Now the third remark. What is the third important remark that one could be giving here? It will be related to submultiple angles. In the beginning of this chapter, second chapter in trigonometry, we already had defined what a submultiple angle means to us. So for any given angle called A by 2, A by 3, A by 4, 3A by 2, etc. will be referred to as submultiple angles. You will be taken the fraction of the given angle. When we consider the fraction of the given angle, we are getting what is called as submultiple angle. So now we will be getting back to the formulae of these submultiple angles, for which we reconsider sin 2a formula as 2 sin a multiplied with cos a. Now here, in place of this angle 2a, what happens if I consider only the angle A? In place of 2a in the LHS, if I consider the angle A, then RHS also naturally will have to change. Change to what? The coefficient 2 will have to remain as it is. Sine multiplied, sine of half the angle of A. Half the angle of A here will become A by 2 multiplied with cos of half the angle of A. That again comes as equal to cos A by 2. So sin A clearly will be equal to 2 sin A by 2 multiplied with cos A by 2. This is the first submultiple angle that we have. Likewise, we have cos 2a formula, cos squared a minus sin squared a. Angle here in the LHS is 2a, and when you consider the angles in the RHS expressions, they have been half of angle 2a. So when I have cos a here in the LHS, the RHS will now become cos squared half the angle a taken as a by 2 minus sin squared of the same angle, which is a by 2. Now let us use the remark that we have already considered. I take 1 plus cos 2a as equal to 2 cos squared a. So here, if the angle 2a is replaced as angle a, then it will be yielding us 1 plus cos a as equal to 2 cos squared. Angle a should get half, so that you have 2 cos squared a by 2 in the RHS. This is the deduction of 1 plus cos 2a form. Likewise, we go ahead with the last one, which is 1 minus cos 2a. What is 1 minus cos 2a taken as? 1 minus cos 2a will be equal to 2 sin squared a. Here again, replace angle 2a by angle a. So what happens to 1 minus cos a? It will now be equal to 2 sine squared half the angle A, and so you will find this as 2 sine squared A by 2. So these are certain set of submultiple angle formulae that we need to learn from the same set of multiple angle formulae.